Let's move on to exercise number 1, the child's pose, which is a great way to start any sequence of hip stretches. The purpose of this exercise is to gently stretch your hips, thighs, and back, which will help reduce stress and tension. To do this pose, kneel on the floor, bringing the inside of your left and right foot together. If you can't touch your big toes due to knee problems, for example, you can do this pose simply by bringing your heels together. Once you're in that position, lean forward and allow gravity to pull your body down toward the floor. Maintain this posture for a time of 30 to 60 seconds. Number 2. Lizard pose. This pose is great for stretching your hip flexors, but also for stretching your hamstrings and quadriceps. That is, the muscles of the upper leg, both in the back and in the front. Keeping these muscle groups strong and stretched will help you maintain a full range of motion, which is great for all runners. Specifically, this exercise is meant to be a slow, deep stretch to open up the hip, and can help relieve back pain or sciatica as well. To begin this exercise, take one leg straight behind you, bend your front knee, and lower your back leg until you feel a stretch at your hip. With this movement you will also stretch the lower back and spine. Maintain this position for 30 to 60 seconds on one side. Then slowly return to the starting position, and repeat with the other leg for the same amount of time. After that we go to the next exercise, stretch in posture of 4. This exercise targets the muscles on the outside of the hips, which are located in the buttocks and help with movement, stabilization and mobility of the hip. Begin the exercise by lying on your back and bringing the sole of one foot as close to the opposite thigh as possible. Keep your feet flexed and active, with your lower back always resting on the ground. Using both hands, grab the back of your thigh and slowly bring it closer to your body. There you will feel how your buttocks and hips stretch. Also hold that position for 30 seconds with one leg, then slowly return to the starting position and repeat with the other leg for 30 seconds. After that we move on to exercise number 4, butterfly pose, which is an ideal exercise for beginners to stretch the hips, abductors and lower back, simply because it's so easy to do. Begin by sitting on the floor, bringing the soles of your feet together and keeping your back straight. Wrap your hands around the big toes and use your elbows to gently press your knees into the floor. The idea is that you always keep your back straight. And if you want a little more intensity, you are going to gently lean forward on your feet, but always with your back straight, not bending it. In any case, the axis of this movement is in the hip, never in the back. Hold that position for 20 to 30 seconds, and after that relax your elbows. Release pressure from your knees, rest a bit, and press again for 20 to 30 seconds. This routine is ideally designed to be done after a day of gym session, where you focus on your legs, and it can also be used, of course, after training in a running session. And as you can see, it only takes a few minutes, so it's very easy to adapt to any runner's life, no matter how busy we are on a daily basis. Finally, let me remind you of something that is very important. The mobility of our hips is key for all people, and in the case of runners it also allows us to improve performance, prevent injuries and improve running technique. And this is because a hip joint with good mobility allows us a longer stride, greater power, and less stress on other joints. In addition, it helps us maintain proper